Okie doke. So I'm Beck Lane. This is Studio 120, and once again, still in my jammies, still not showered. But I'm really excited because I've been working on these paintings for so long, and I feel like I finally hit the mark. So we're going to go over these one more time. This is Alice Neal with a dual portrait of me. So me and Alice Neal, and I talked about all the whys and everything in other videos. And but I'm wicked excited about these because the last couple times I've shown you, I gotta get over here, the last couple of times I've shown you this particular portrait, I had my eyes down here, everything was lower and compressed, and because I had everything lower and compressed, it felt like the head was just gonna roll off. And I posted the video, regardless, or videos of it regardless, because painting is a process. It's just, not everything comes out right the first time. It's art. That's what happens when you're developing artwork. And I love showing the vulnerable side. I love showing my vulnerable side. It frees me by saying, look, this isn't perfect, by going, okay, I think this is almost done, and then acknowledging that it isn't, or acknowledging that there are issues. It just frees me up to be able to actually see the issues, whereas opposed, if I come in and go like this, I'm a friggin' genius, and this is perfect, and you're gonna buy my lie, when you can see that the head is about to roll off the shoulders, or there are other issues with it. It does nobody any good. Least of all me as the artist who's trying to develop a piece of work that they can be proud of. Now that said, it's not a pretty portrait of me. I did not, when I'm saying me, I'm just meaning the person in the painting, because I don't really care. This is just another figure, just another face, just another piece of reference material. However, because it is me and not someone else, I feel less compelled to pretty it up or to soften it up. When I'm painting someone else, I feel a need to show that reference material, that person, the respect of kind of glossing it just a little bit here and there, and not pointing out quite so many issues that I would see, maybe issues that I might see in their face, or somebody else might see, but I don't really worry about what other people think anyway, so screw that. But with me, I don't have to worry. I'm not insulting anyone. I'm not disrespecting anyone. In fact, I feel that prettying it up, my self-portrait up, disrespects my age and all the crap I've gone through to get here, all of it. Plus, not prettying it up helps me to actually tie in the, all the folds and the lights and the darks in the suit that I was wearing, in the jumpsuit that I was wearing, and so it all ties together. And I'm also, ready? I'm really enjoying the the actual brutalist nature of it. You may or may not know brutalist architecture. It's very plain and blank, and it almost looks warlike and uninhabitable and inhumane. And there's people that love it. I don't happen to love that end of brutalist, but I do love the brutalist nature of the severity of the colors and brushstrokes and the textures that I put in, which the camera may or may not pick up. I'm really enjoying this, because we take this picture and we juxtapose it against, young, sweet, beautiful little Alice Neal at the beginning of her life. And in the end, we're not that different. When she hits my age, I'm 58, so when we have record of her as she ages, she actually starts aging more towards this. So it's the beginning and more towards the end of an artist's life. Alice Neal did not look that craggy, though. She wasn't that craggy. She was, she had that great grandmotherly look, but it was her attitude that could be brutal. And oh, I just love that, kind of that, I'm a single woman, who the F are you kind of thing that she ended up developing over the time. Alice had been through the ringer in life. She had been through, she'd been through some very difficult relationships, very difficult marriages. She had been brutalized by the art world for a long time. She had been fighting the system. She lost a baby. She bounced around and moved all over and ended up living in Spanish Harlem, a community that was filled with people who were ravaged by life in their community and the lack of opportunities and barriers. So she did start leaning more towards this, but without the, old guy working in a nuclear shed somewhere look, or whatever look I have going on here. So I'm really excited about the juxtaposition. They are not done. Once I had reformed the head, pulled it out, elongated it, really looked at the reference material, really dug into it. I brought the hairline up. There were a number of different structural issues I took care of, structural issues that I took care of, and it led to like, oh, okay, it all clicking. Once we got to the clicking part in my head, picked it up, put it next to Alice Neal, and now we're playing with color and design to pull them together. Obviously, there's a lot of work that has to be done in Alice Neal, but it was important to me to bring this up closer to this level. So, in the last video, in video 503, I said something that's really bothered me since I posted it. But again, I'm not taking it down. I'm not. It's slightly brutal what I said, but this is a process. Making all these videos is like producing paintings or developing paintings or any of the artwork that we produce. It's a learning process. And I don't want to make it pretty. I want it to be about this in that moment and just leave it. Like, okay, I said this thing. And you can interpret what I said in any way you want, and I will quote myself in just a second. But you can interpret what I said any way you want. Not my monkeys. From the brutally honest Alice Neal, kind of thing. It's just, it is what it is. Ba-da-ba-ba, ta-ta-da-da. Anyway, this is what I said. I was talking about basically alluding to fine art versus like happy art kind of stuff, or craft art. And, or something. And, okay, here's my exact quote. Pretty art or decorative art. Ooh, ooh. That was my quote. Decorative art. Ooh, ooh. I have a lot of friends that do decorative art. The most condescending thing you can say. I have actually done a lot of decorative art in my life. I've done a lot of murals. I've done in-home murals, so many of them. I did an entire restaurant in Dennis, Massachusetts on Route 134. I did that years ago when they first opened. I did the entire friggin' restaurant. And from there I got a lot of houses and things, and I've done them all over. I've done them for friends, I've done them for clients. One of my projects almost ended up on HGTV, but as usual, we got this close and that evaporated. But anyway, I've done product development. I do product development now, only for people that I like, in certain situations, only projects that interest me, where I have freedom. But I've done it. I've done the pretty stuff. I've done stuff that has been mass produced, purchased by Hallmark and a variety of other big businesses. I've had stuff mass produced in China. So I have experience with decorative art. And in my comment of decorative art, I was mainly thinking about the jobs that I've done that I really, really hated, and the people that were involved, and how condescending and horrible they were to me. But I was also thinking about, all this goes on in my head, and nobody knows it but me. So I want to clarify, if we're talking going from fine art, which has been the discussion lately, or going from the place that you're stuck in, people that have written me or, contact me, they're feeling stuck, but they don't know how to get closer to like more of a fine art feel, or feel like they're flying when they're painting, which is how this makes me feel, the stuff I do. Trying to get from here to there, I forgot where I was going, but it was something about juxtaposing this more decorative, this is a picture of a puppy kind of a thing, to the work that we talk about, which is feeling it, feeling the energy, and if you can't find it, feel it, how to get there, trying to get there. So the thing was pretty insulting, on review. I was mainly reflecting on stuff the situations I was in. But again, I know where I was headed. Decorative, all art, in my estimation, and this is what I thought about like at 3 this morning, all art is decorative art. In the end, it's all decoration. It's just the degree of the intensity of the decoration, or the skill of the decorator or the creator. It's all decorative art. And art only developed because we wanted decorations. We wanted decorations in the caves that, we lived in thousands of years ago or whenever. We wanted to make our caves, our homes, a little bit more livable, more human. It's everywhere. It's traveled through history. I know for women, some of the only art they could do was strictly decorative. I forgot to look this up, but there's a very famous there was a very famous pottery school, and I'll have to find it, where they only employed women, and I think it was in the 19th century, and it was women painting like little flowers and little ducks and things on this pottery ware. It's considered extremely valuable now, but only women were seen to have that, be able to have that touch. Embroidery, making clothing. Well, men actually made clothing for hundreds of years because only men could do it for a while. But you get the gist. You get the gist. So when I go decorative art, I'm not just putting, say, you down. I'm putting myself down, and I'm putting down thousands and thousands and thousands of years of human history in a very glib manner, and that's not what I meant. That's sort of maybe a little bit, but mainly, talking about it now, like the stuff that I did that was mass-produced in China and then came over here, and it was all done wrong. Like, it was all done wrong, and I would walk into stores, these big gift shops, big expensive gift shops, and there'd be something that I had designed, and I'm like, I knew I could see everything that was wrong with it, how it was produced wrong by the manufacturer. And, the shopkeepers or the shop owners would say, oh my God, that's my greatest seller. And I'd just be standing there, or they wouldn't even know I'd done it. They'd just be like, oh my God, everybody's getting this. You have to get it. It's our biggest, blah, 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 blah. Make a great gift, blah, blah, blah. And I'd stand there and go, I designed that, but it's not correct, and I don't want to acknowledge it anymore. And so, been there. I handmade pretty art or decorative art for stores on Cape Cod and all over New England. I've done it. I've made signs, those homespun little signs. I've done it. So I'm not just denigrating you in that glib remark. I am denigrating mainly me and some of the work I've done. But anyway, regardless, I'm not taking the video down. I just wanted to further explain because I have friends that do murals and I don't want them to feel that I'm looking down on them, because they're very passionate about what they do, and that is the bottom line, just being super passionate. That, and they're vulnerable. When you're in someone's home and you're producing artwork, you are so vulnerable. You're so vulnerable. It's awful. I can't do it anymore. I don't have the stomach for it. But you're a vulnerable person. And really, creating artwork is a vulnerable experience. I don't think that's what I meant to say. It went something like that, but then I went off the rails. So I wanted to talk a little bit about vulnerability and how if you want to get from here, from this, I'm drawing in my little sketchbook with colored pencils, to painting, doing something that's more expressive and broader. I talk about letting it go, letting everything flow out of you, blah, 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 opening up your energy. The biggest part is being fine with being vulnerable. And it's opening yourself up to criticism, which people are happy to hand out all day long. Look at me. But it's giving up the safety. It's having the courage and the confidence to give up safety. I did it years ago, just ripped the Band-Aid off, just started doing what I wanted to do. And someone asked me, well, how long did it take you from going from painting lighthouses to fish? I mean, lighthouses and fish and seaside trinkets to doing more of the work that you wanted to do. And I said, honestly, it was instantaneous. I just unrolled this huge canvas in New Bedford and got to work. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just knew I needed to change it all. I knew I wanted to be doing other things, and I wanted to be in a whole nother mindset. It was literally like that. And then we've gone like this a lot, where I did a lot of really work after that. But I go, okay, this is a piece of crap, put it to the side, or throw it away. Who cares? Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Keep going and keep building and keep bouncing off of the work that we've done. This person said, well, how long is that going to take me? To go from here to here. And I go, I don't know. It's, that's up to you. That's up to you. It's about the work that you put in, what you strip away, how dedicated you are, how passionate you are. And what I also meant to say was how vulnerable you're willing to make yourself. To go to, as we've talked about, poignancy. I can't tell you, I can't give you a timeline. It'll be next Tuesday when all of a sudden you're, Picasso. I can't give you that. It depends on you and what you're willing to invest in yourself, what you're willing to strip away and what you're willing to invest in yourself. So I think that's what I wanted to talk about. There will probably be another addendum to this video too, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't mind being vulnerable. I actually kind of find it exciting. It's liberating, it's freeing, and really I'm kind of so ridiculous in this vulnerability mode that I've been in for 8 years that it cracks me up at times. Even in the videos where I'm crying because I'm, things aren't quite going my way. But to me, it's very exciting being able to strip away all the stuff that makes you feel cozy and just delve into an unknown universe like this. Anyway, I'm Beck Lane. This is Studio 120. If you'd like, oh, hi, Max. Grammy forgot. Can we do it in the next video, please, honey? Here, we'll just say, Max, Grammy Grams loves you. I'm Beck Lane. This is Studio. We might as well just say hi to my grandson, Max. Max, I'm sorry, it's at the end of the video again, but here we go. Ready? Let's all say hello to Max. Let's send him our love. Maxwell, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray like they are today. You'll never know, Max, how much I love you. Go make yourself vulnerable today. I love you, Max. Mwah! Love you, Max. I'm very proud of you. I love you from my toes, my little tippy toes to the moon, buddy. Mwah. We'll talk to you soon. Love you, Max. Very proud. Very proud of him. Anyway, I'm Beck Lane. This is Studio 120. If you'd like to help support Studio 120, there are several different ways you can do it. Through up here, which you can't see, Patreon. I'm on Patreon, and the link will be down below. Patreon is monthly support. Support starts at $5 a month, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, all the way up to being able to buy a painting. That's through patreon.com. I've also got, I can take tips like a waitress and stuff, only a mouthy waitress. This doesn't sound right, but I'm the flow of the art world. I'll be snotty as hell and ask you for a tip. So there's, I can take tips through Cash App at Beck, B-E-C-K, 2583. That's Beck, B-E-C-K, at 2583. Or tips through PayPal. PayPal at Becklane at ymail.com. Becklane at ymail.com. And, it's Ymail is Yahoo without the Ahu part. Sorry, forgot. So Becklane at ymail.com. And then I think there's a couple of other ways. Oh, TeePublic. TeePublic. And I keep meaning to add things to my storefront. But TeePublic, T-E-E Public. You can buy printed images on my work, on notebooks, on sketchbooks, on t-shirts, on sweatshirts, on all kinds of things. So if you take a look at TeePublic, all the links are down below. I'm gonna go now. Stinky pants, gonna shower. All right, ready, Carrie? Here we go. Oh, and Eric, I read your comments. I haven't, I don't think I've gotten back to you yet, but I really appreciate the links you sent me. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Ready? Meow. And Dawn, thank you too. Thank you for writing in that brilliant comment. That was very kind of you. I'm glad you like the black underpainting. Let's go. Ready? Meow, 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 meow.